Good morning. Good morning. Hi, Andrea. Thank you for sharing it out. Good morning. Good morning. It's Wednesday, or as our Deirdre likes to say, it's hump day, but I like to say it's prayer day. So, welcome in. When you find this, share it out. Come on in and share some love. So, hi, Darlene. Let's go into our hearts. Hand on your heart. Slow down the breathing and add in some joy. This is the Morning Cuppa Joy, but let that cup in your heart be filled all the way up. And then smile, because Spirit magnifies incredible loving energy. And then hug somebody, pull somebody in here with your love. Who do you want to come in today and be with us on the Morning Cuppa? Just bring them right there, right into your heart center, because love is the energy that will do that. We can transcend space, time, everything with just pulling in love into our heart. All right, I don't know where everyone is, but I know we have to get on with it. My alarm didn't go off, so I started this a little bit late. But we're going to do the reading from Angels in My Pocket, and then we'll go right into the prayer time after that and reading all of the names on our prayer list. So we're on page 27. I think, yes. Page 27 from Angels in My Pocket. Dear ones, trusting is one of the most important lessons for humans to grasp, and also the basis for your belief system. As you look back on your life, you begin your existence here with trust, trusting in someone to care for your needs when you cannot do it yourself, trusting that someone has your back in case you fall as you try to move forward. It is no accident that it happens this way, or that this is your first encounter with this thing called life on earth. Your spirit knows what it is like to soar, and we see the frustration when you feel held down. That's why you laugh and rejoice when you can bounce on a trampoline or a bed. It is the feeling of flying that you are used to. Let your thoughts be on peace. Let every prayer contain a message of hope and inspiration, and watch the miracles happen. Dear ones, creating a more balanced world includes placing God at the center and will require the collaborative efforts of individuals and communities working together. What is your part? Can you envision your role in building a world that works for everyone? Have you ever thought about that? What's my role? What am I supposed to do to help bring peace forward, to help bring a more centered and balanced world? I think about it. I ask a lot, what am I to do? Is there something that I haven't seen yet as part of the plan? And so when we ask, we do get answers. We do get told and shown, and messages will come forth. And yes, I do believe in miracles. I do. And I know that miracles happen to me every day. We say those affirmations, and they're not just words, they are a way of life. When we repeat them over and over again, then it does become part of us. So we've done 100 days now. Thank you, Deirdre, and welcome in this morning. 100 days of saying those affirmations and feeling it in our heart. And it changes us. We are not the same as when we started 100 days ago. We have totally changed in that short amount of time to be able to feel more abundant, more joyful, more loved, more worthy. So if you're not saying the affirmations with us, get on board. Come say them every day. Just take a moment. I do it when I first get up, and I do it throughout the day when I think about it. Okay. Jummer Sean, good morning to you. You got your cuppa and off to work. I know you're going to be listening to us as you drive, so please be careful. And anybody else come in? And Deirdre, you do think about that all the time, sending love and light out to all souls for our Mama Gaia. And it's going to happen in divine time. You know, the angels said to me, probably a couple months ago now, they said, divine time is never late. Let that sink in for a minute. Divine time is never late. It's always going to be perfectly on time. And sometimes we think it's late. Sometimes we put that pressure out there. We're like, well, this miracle is not going to happen. This change is not going to happen. This job is not going to happen. So we talk ourselves out of the miracle, which could be already right in front of us, but we're just a little stubborn maybe, and it's not happening at our deadline in our time. Just let it happen. Just allow, accept, align, allow. Okay, well, I'm going to pull up the prayer list, and if you have any changes, please let me know. Okay, I think I have to pull up the revised version, so give me a minute. It always takes it just a bit to upload because our prayer list is pretty big right now. Okay, wait a minute. I think I lost everybody. Okay, there it goes. It was confused this morning. So while that's uploading, Deirdre, I know you give us our daily prayer. So thank you for doing that. Prayers for all humans, for Gaia and all who live on her back, for world peace, attention to human trafficking, and support for all families living with addiction, and prayers for our troops, absolutely lifting them up right now, especially, and for our United States. Thank you for that, Deirdre. All right, it's coming. And there it is. Okay. Okay. So on our prayer list is Prachetta, Pachir, and Goofy, Aunt Mina and Neil Navriti, Jasmine and her family, my sister Billy Hawkins and her family, Sheila and Kevin and family, Gary Langford, Cecil Boone, and my sister Loretta and Cecil's children and grandchildren, great-grandchildren, Nola, Joanne Castrillo, her husband John, and especially her daughter, who I think is still in the hospital. I haven't had an update from Joanne, but we've been lifting Jackie up for a couple of days since her car accident and lifting up her grandson, Eris. Dolores Cook, LZ, Elaine, Deirdre and Thump, Deirdre's sister Steph and husband Bob, Adriel, Tia Fernetti, Mickey, Suzanne Millard and her family, her daughters, her granddaughter, and her sister, and lifting up her son-in-law who is deployed, Jacob, Marietta, and Ed, Leo Harley and his family, Lakshmi, Ken, Jim, Ryan, Josie, and Josie's sweet mom, Tammy Williams, Meg and Jim Lorio, and lifting up Jim for what's happening physically with him and praying for a good recovery for him. And our Auntie Jean and Ron Lorio and family, Mary Lou Burdick, Catherine and Michael Kovacs, her family and fur babies, Fred, Rosalind Good Vibes, Jimmy Wright, Sally and Tony De La Rosa and all of their family, and her grandson Ben, who is away with his troops, Stacy Phillips, Kathy and Bob Hand and family, Christina, Gage, Michael, Patty, Sonia, Paul and Marlene, Joe and his wife, Pat Moss and family, Becky LaFave and her son, Erica Hoppy and family, Corinne, Charlie Coons and his family, Hope Wellington Marshall, Zena and the girls, and Hope's parents, Carrie Baker, Andrea Gregg, Catherine, Annie Seven, Cassandra and Destiny Ortega, Luz Orsini and her grandchildren, Christine Lewis, Gail and Nick Zimmerman, Jennifer and Micah, and if we can get an update on Micah, that would be good. I know he went to the hospital yesterday. Oksana and her family, Herb, Caitlin and Aunt Gail, Isabel and Paul and their daughters, Vieta and Juliana, Linda Lemieux, her sons and grandchildren, and her friend in Sarasota, Stacy and Josh Lord and family, John, Tatiana, Buster, Wayne, Lindsay, Aunt Inga, Blue Jean and Dave and all the babies, and Dolly, the horse, getting ready to relocate there, Chance the horse, Shasta and Rain the horse, Noel, Rose Sermon, Gary McCorkle, Brookie and her family, the Girardi family, Jeanette and Ernie, Liliane in Norway and all of her family, Kathleen Caputo, who is having a procedure done right now as we speak. So lifting Kathleen up this morning. Baby Wyatt, Baby Haven, Baby Divine, and all of their families, Caden, Tinsley Rose, Kat, Candy and Pastor Bruce, Alba, Dottie and Don, Grace Isis and her family, Raymond, Darren Walker, Arthur Thompson, Vicki King, Elaine Armstrong, Marianne, Henrik and Lorraine and John, Jeannie Aguilar, who made it home safe at around midnight, and I got her home safely and back here to Sue's early this morning. And praying for her family back in Boston. Eric, Tammy Fisk and family, Rochelle Martinez and Mom Rose, Lori, Kelly, Stephen, Catherine, Dr. Ruth Anderson and family, Jeannie's sister Merle, Deb Goldberg and family, Michelle, Crystal and Dean Nobles and family, Laura Hill, Julia Osborne, Sharon Rhea and family, Sherry Gatewood and her family, Hanaya Hummingbird, Tammy Hill and family, Phil B., Lynn Gallagher, Mary Crincoli and her friends and family, Irene and Eduardo, Eddie Quills, Jose, Michael Murdoch, Jessica, Fidel, Camilla and Nick, Lynn Andriozzi, Frank, Albie, Kenneth, Bobby, Monsi, Kamal, Akil and the Pakistan Orphans, Yuri, Scott, Mary, Joshua, James, Drake, Alicia Burns, Pam Dyke, Kimberly, Ellen, Susie Koff, and Richard, and travel prayers for them as they are away from home, and I'm here at their home. Dido Clark and her son Harry, Terry Gilstad, Chiara, Marissa, Claudia, Mary Ann Pish and family, Cassandra and Danny Gary, Linny, John Thaddeus Fiore, Kuka Carney, Carol Fisher, Deborah, Violet, Walter, Sue and grandchildren, Janie Stamler, Claudel Jackson, Chris Blake, Dante, Jerry, Kaylee, Trevor, Richard, Charlotte, Jerry, Michelle Landers and her family, and Michelle's out of the country right now, so lifting her up for safe travels. Keegan and Wyatt Linder, Barbara Kaufman McGillicuddy, Bradley Capone, Andy, Amanda Summer, Miles and Sarah, Joanne McConnew, Whitney, Jude Dalton, Karen Gibbons and daughter, Julie Kiss and her mom and husband, Courtney, Ryan, M, Pat, Sophia, Aaron Parker, Angelica Complimans, Peggy, Claire, Carrie Klingon Butcher and family, Brian Hughes, Pat O'Connor, Yolanda, Sylvie Barnes, Robin Waters Dykes and her family, Joey, Terry, Solar and Maya, Leanne, Joanne and Leo, Sam, Matt, Charles and Nita, Yusha, Jen and Norm, Keith, Joe H., Marisol Soto, Deborah, Tyler, Chad Ehlers, and Mia, Dick Waters, Milton Carbajal, Tomas Diaz, Cameron, Boris Zoffman, Jacqueline Carbajal, and David Reiger, Solby Barnes and Odd Barn, Goon Ellen Sundahl, Maria Mitchinson Higman Simpson, Lisa Jo Davis, Jordan, Lydia Benedita, Rebecca Stewart Rickardson, Sonia Kay, Miles, Anjali Baha, Paula Graca, David Brett, Colleen, Dellen Hickson, Richard Barnes, Cole Grayson, Brandy Chari, JT, Francis Navin, Shauna, Danielle Riverin and family, Chris and Natika, Elise, Kara, Pam, Christine and Ed, Barbara and Diane, Kim, Catherine DeSanti and her sister Rose, Mary Jane in Vermont, Carol Caruso, Val Meyer, Tasha, Jocelyn, Linda Kraft and family, Eric and John, Darlene Osei, Paul G., Liam G., Pam, Daniel McGraw, Minner Brumley, Rebecca Sherman, Joe Kitterer, Gabrielle, Ina, Donna, Nancy, Bailey, Jacob, Mary, Kim Bevan, Gary Foister, Don B. and his family, the Vega family, Laura, Lisa Capola Matroni, Bobby, Elaine, Shiraz, Sharu, Sandy, Adil, Laura, Evelyn Smith, Beatrice, Amina, all areas on our earth where there's conflicts and war happening, and praying especially for those places right now who are trying to figure out how to get back to peace. Anywhere in our world where people are being tormented, abused. Ashley Miller, Alina, Susanna, Lana, Grace Anna, Kim Coles Ventnor, Shoshana Sabring, Stephen, Keith, LP, Adam Holmes, Bob Smith, Chris, Christina and Clint, Janine, Heather, Kim, Jennifer, Cassandra Brown Henry, Tim Smith, Jeanette and Eric, Rachel Warren and family, Mark Hunter, Pat, Ainsley Grace and her mom, Kathleen Viscomi, Betty, Judy Dorn, Kelly, Alma Jean, Jim Mershon's father, Rebecca Abrexis, Dana Rados, Darlene Trainer and family and fur babies, Patricia, Jennifer Schwab and family, Steve Newman and Carol, Janet, Blue's sister Timmy, Margarita Estrada, Donna Sobel and her daughter Joanna, Soma, Christopher LZ, Emerson, Louisa Almeida, Patricia Torinas, Don Baker and his family, especially his daughter Gia, Norman Ratner and Monica, Richard Scarborough, Richard James, Kathleen's cousin in Florida, Andre Latrulia, Kathy's co-workers and supervisor, and especially Amanda and Mandy, Rose, Danica and Annette, Mike, Emmanuel from Zambia, Lucy's mom Mary, Fandy Williams-Wise and Vanette Hilma Mazel Cocajon, Justin Brown and his family, James, Justina, Hans, Sherry Graham, the Wilk family, Ken and Tabitha, Susanna, Kelsey, Aunt Una, Max Smith, Jackie, Jeremiah, Noel Marshall and Bob Warner, Vinny, Dylan's Uncle Chris, Linda M., Martha, Shad Anderson, Joy, Holly Ann, Zita, Beiji, Ali, Bree, Stephen Hoskins, Tara, Soma, Ben, Pat, Dee Dee, Linda's friend, or Linda, who is a friend of Lynn Marie, Julie, Dana Benson and Kitty, Lauren, Olivia, Alex, Margie, Anne, Rio, Mark, Adam, Alexandra, and Lexi, Robin Miller, Jennifer Mitchell's family, Warner, Terry, Liz Eden and Serenity, Keith Leggett's family, Leah, Gina Marie Burrell, Janine, Rihanna Stowell and family, Kathy's brother Paul, Chloe's family, Bob P., Ricard, Rhea, Paisley, Yoli, Carrie Kiss, Bentley, Dr. Maria Hughes, Elijah, and Tony Ventura. So we lift all of these prayers and we bring them to that highest dimension that we can lift and leave them with the Creator. And we release the prayers that we've laid before you now into your hands, knowing that your love surpasses all understanding. May we find peace in surrender, patience in waiting, and joy in receiving. Teach us to remain steadfast in hope and to look for the signs of your presence in all that unfolds. Thank you, Creator, for the blessings yet to come, the lessons we will learn, and the love that surrounds us always. And please say this prayer with me. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. And where there is sadness, joy. We lift this and all of the prayers and everyone that we haven't mentioned that we're holding in our heart, and we leave it with the Creator, with the faith, the trust, and the belief that every prayer is seen, is heard, and is answered for the best and highest good of all. So thank you. Thank you to all who participated in prayer time today. Thank you for being here. And if somebody's not here that you would have loved to say hello to, just say it in your heart and they will hear you. But right now, we're going to let Leo take us out of here. Oh, thank you, Deirdre, for the love and the gratitude.
Good morning, Earthlings, it's time to get up and get ready because today's the perfect day to have a great day. Here we go, come on, come on. Come on, let's play. It's a beautiful day. If
Good morning, Joanne.
well, be part of it. We're on the peace for peace, on our mission for harmony. You and me, mama, be on the lead wherever we may be. We create a portal where we can be together. The heart telephone is always one phone call away. Calling on the guys, the angels, and the masters. Take a deep breath, we're going into a new dimension. Morning cup full of joy, every day at 8. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the peas in the
Peace
pod.
in the pod. That's us.
Morning cup full of joy, every day at 8. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the peas in the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Give me a cup full of joy. Give me a cup full of. Give me a cup full of joy. Give me a cup full of. Cup full of joy, full of light, full of love. Bottomless refuse, spilling out from the top. Here, the coffee's always hot and the trust is always yours. The sun is calling out to play, let's put on a show. Today's a new day, we are part of this game. Let's play to win. Love always is the winning
We are the winning team.
There is always no space in the pot. For more love, take a spot and get the day started. Morning cup full of joy, every day at 8. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the peace.
Oh, good morning, Hope.
Thank you, I love you, namaste.
I pray that you're doing well, Hope Wellington Marshall. We love you so much.
Morning cup full of joy with all the peas in the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Give me a cup full of joy. Give me a cup full of. Give me a cup full of joy. Give me a cup full of.
Okay, here comes that AAA dance. It really is no secret.
There really is no secret. We
Simply accept, align, allow. AAA, y'all. Thank you to Marietta for teaching us that AAA. Marietta, if you're listening, we love you so much.
Thank you, I love you, namaste. Morning cup full of joy, every day at 8. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the peas in the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Give me a cup of joy. Cup of joy.
Deirdre's ready for Leo. A big woo! Leo's got some new music out. If y'all haven't caught up with it yet, look him up and look at some of his new songs. They're all uplifting. Woo! Thank you, Leo. And thank you, Peas. And just keep praying all day for peace on our earth. We need it so much right now. We need all the uplifting prayers we can get, all the positive thoughts going out to the universe for our whole world to come to peace. Good morning, Don Baker. Thank you for being here. All right, you guys, I'll be back in an hour with Dr. Ruth Anderson. We'll be doing meditation excavation this morning. I hope you can join us at Enlightened World Network. Love you so much. Stay in your hearts, stay blessed, and I will see you later. Bye for now.